The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the host/guest and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any of BXR entities and those they represent.
Hey, what's up? What's what? You is back with me on another Thursday. You better live. Look now, y'all. I've been going through some stuff, but who ain't? Right? Ain't a word. That's what they always tell me. But who ain't? You know what I'm saying? Who ain't going through some stuff? Well, guess what? It's what's up. It's what's what. And thank you for joining me with the You Better Live show. I'm Chatsworth, the Empress Lady Cake. You already know what it is. So guess what? No matter what I am going through, I'm grateful to be able to come through with y'all tonight. Because I missed y'all last Thursday. I ain't give y'all no notification or no nothing. But I'm telling you, look, I was down in the dumps. Thank you for those who have been praying for me. Thank you for those who reached out, whatever, show love or whatever. Because I'm telling you, God is amazing, baby. When you're going through, He just send things through to lift you up. So I'm lifted up, but I'm still going through some stuff, okay? Healing, but still, I mean, golly, life be lifing, don't it? We're going to get it started. Y'all know me. I be trying to come and be organized and be together, but sometimes things just don't go as planned. It just don't go as planned. But God, and I'm here. I'm grateful. So I'm going to do my thing. And y'all better live for it, because you know I come through to bring your news, our view. So I'm gonna go over some stuff that we've already kind of discussed during the show. You know, me being born and raised right here in Baltimore City, I definitely gotta let y'all know what's going on and what's up with my city, you know. But then there was some other stuff where they didn't even call it the tabloids anymore. It's just like social media or things that's just out there, because nowadays we know everybody's business. So, you know, I'm going to talk about their business, but then I'm also going to tell y'all mine. Y'all already know the what in the world and the what in the whats. But to get it started, okay? Y'all know I pray. Y'all know I bring the grace up in this space. So let's just get it started, giving glory and honor to our God. Thank you. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another opportunity to just be here, Lord. Sound body, sound mind. Well, no, everybody. Sound mind, oh Father God, and just continue to keep on going with a positive attitude. Dear God, I'm praying for anybody right now, oh Father God, who is in a dark place, oh Father God. Let they be reminded that you are our light, oh Father. Anybody that is traveling a rough, ugly path right now, oh Father God, let them know that it's you that continues to tell them to just keep walking and just keep going. Oh, Father God, continue to be our refuge. Continue to be our strength in our weakest moments, in the dire of circumstances, oh, Father God. We give thanks to you because we know it's only you that continues to keep us and protect us, oh, Father God. I pray for everybody, oh, Father God, here in Baltimore City. Oh, Father God, pity us, oh, Father God. You see all the insanity going on in the land, oh Father God, but I'm so very grateful that you still have your hand on everything, oh Father God, and that's why we can stay faithful. We walk by faith and not by sight. Faith over what is in front of our face. Oh Father God, I thank you for allowing that faith as small as a mustard seed to still reside within us. Oh Heavenly Father, you are the greatest, and thank you for being the greatest to us. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. I'm telling you, it's something about God. It's something about the name Jesus. I'm just telling you, I don't know. Whether you consider yourself religious, spiritual, whatever, I'm telling you, if you don't believe in nothing, what I'm saying, you'll fall for anything. So it's on the other hand, too, if you don't stand for something, right? If you do stand for something, you can't fall for anything. But I just hope whatever your beliefs are, I really hope that you would know that there is a God, and there is a God that is keep on keeping you going and keeping you standing firm no matter what you are going through. Because I'm telling you, baby, I've been walking, and I ain't talking about just walking in life. I'm talking about literally, because I shared with y'all, I think a few weeks back now, because it's been down for a little while, that my truck has been broke down. I finally waiting on the part. We talked about the elevator part they was waiting for, right? I got an update on that too. Some little stuff I heard from the grapevine before here on my show. But waiting for this part, oh my goodness, the tow truck companies trying to get it through your insurance just really gave me the runaround today. But at the end of the day, it was told and is in a process of being fixed. So hopefully I will not be walking. Probably hopefully by the middle of next week or whatever, I'll be back in my ride or something or whatever. But my ambitions are I am working on getting a new one, a more reliable one. But as long as my baby Rodney OG, yeah, that's my truck name, right? I named it after my best friend that was killed in 2000 because he just was like a ride or die. He always held me down. In this truck, I'm telling you, I had it for quite a while now. Yeah, it's some years. I bought it from a good brother, Howard. Definitely nothing wrong with this truck. Definitely kept it up, well to do everything. My good old Suburban. And I mean, it's been problems, but it hasn't been anything really like far fetched, like no engine or nothing like that I didn't have to replace. So, in spite of, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Okay. You know, you gotta find the silver lining in every daggone thing I'm trying to tell you. And then meanwhile, while I'm walking today, I gotta get this off too. Meanwhile, while I'm walking today around here, to go pick my son off to the school. I'm walking through the street. Why they get the shooting? I like seen it all, y'all. Watched it like it was like a movie. I was so shook. You know, living in Baltimore City, unfortunately, I've heard gunshots all my life. All my life. Truthfully, I have. But when you are up on it and when you see it, it's just something different. I don't care who you is, you're gonna be shook. I mean, you know, people always like, well, what are you gonna do if you're in the middle of that? First of all, your first instinct, and it's unfortunate, is the freeze. You be like, you know what I mean? Trying to see what's going on. So that's just kind of how I was. I was like stuck. And then I got to run. And it's like I was right there. I'm like looking at it, like all play out, like, oh my goodness. Thank God that the school didn't dismiss already and everything. I was assuming they probably was going to have the school on a lockdown. But the good thing is, I'm telling you, the response, I was proud of BPD, the fire department, all of that. I was proud of them today because I'm telling you, soon as it happened, soon as I got to run the other way and go around the other way, you just instantly heard the helicopter. You instantly seen police coming. You instantly seen the help coming. You know, all of the first responders, you just instantly seen them. By the time I got back up that way, I could see it would look like it was an older lady that had been shot. Probably just an innocent passerby, just like I was, had been shot. So they was helping her, like getting her on the stretcher and everything else like that. So just right there in that space, y'all know when I got the month running, the only thing I could say was Jesus. No lie, like Jesus. And I just got the prayer like, God, I don't know. Because after that, all I heard was just feet running and everything. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm telling you, people had ran up out their shoes, y'all. It just was a mess. It was like watching a movie. And unfortunately, like I keep on saying, unfortunately, because it's so unfortunate that in my city, you is just constantly reminded, okay? You are constantly reminded that it can be you because these demons, they shoot anywhere, anytime. I mean, yeah, this was broad daylight, 2 something in the afternoon. Like, yeah, we don't care. We don't care who out here, no nothing. So thank goodness the school wasn't out. They didn't wind up locking the school down, probably because of the way they responded so fast. By the time I got about the block away up to the school, because I had to walk on the other side or whatever, they was already, I'm talking about fast, y'all, putting up the tape and everything else like that. Like I was right in the middle of the crime scene. So the police like, can you walk over there? I'm like, hey, yeah, sure. You know, so I was looking because it's right there on that corner is a couple of young brothers that I had the pleasure of supporting and working with in my profession of advocacy when I was doing that through the juvenile court. So I was looking over there because a lot of times when I walk that way and I see them, I speak, they Miss Chastity and everything else like that. So I was looking, but there was so much already of a crowd and the first responders and everything, I really couldn't see if it was any of them, but I heard people talking like, yeah, it's a young man or whatever else like that over there. And it was a lady, but they were helping them, putting on a stretcher. Everybody looked to be stable, I would say, which is very good because it definitely could have went a whole nother way. And I'm just grateful. Like I say, the school wasn't out, and that I was like that half a block back from where they were. It was like a whole bunch. Look, I would be quiet because I ain't got nothing to tell nobody. Just know that I was there. I don't want the police knocking on my door. I was there, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what it was about. I ain't see no faces. Yes, I did see bodies. Yes, I did see gun pulled out. It was like all of that. I mean, like crazy. Oh, like just so crazy. So I was a little bit shook when I came in here. It always be like that. It's just like your spirit just be a little unsettled and different things like that. Just a reminder that as we're walking and we're going about our day, it's just the reality of that. Like, you know, what's going to happen is going to happen. But the fact that things like this are continuously happening, like, it's really sad because, like, my city, it's dangerous. It's dangerous out here. Like, yeah, you can just be walking. You ain't got to do nothing to nobody. Shucks, they even remember old school, they used to say, bullets flying and stuff, jump on the floor and all that other stuff. Yeah, bullets, yeah. They be coming through people's houses and everything and all that. Yeah, that type of stuff happen here too. It's not only in my city, but it's just so sad. I hate guns. I hate them. I do. I really do. Like, everybody is like punks and shit now. Like, nobody can talk. Nobody can have a dispute, no nothing, because a lot of this stuff, even though I don't know what went on, particularly about this situation, but a lot of this stuff for a fact, when I used to work with them youth, a lot of this shit be frivolous. It be over nothing. I'm telling you. A lot of the times the people don't know each other, no nothing. They can walk in the store, somebody looking at them crazy, they thinking something because they living crazy. What he looking at? What's she looking at? Blah, blah, blah. Words be exchanged, and the next thing you know, bullets come a-flying. So I don't know what happened up there. I'm just telling y'all. That's just a scenario how sometimes it do go and how it be. And it's just like, it's crazy. The shit, it be over nothing. It be over nothing. And people is really losing their lives. And especially me breaking down that little situation, right, and telling you that story, like, that's how it be happening. Like, innocent people just going about their day. Me walking, because I have no choice because my truck broke down, but just people going about their day, sitting in their house, sitting on their steps, driving past. We had the young lady, remember, I talked about that before on my show here. Just driving past the carryout, driving past the street with her children in the car. Some people get the shooting, and they bullet went through her car, killed her, crashed into the pole. It's just a mess. So yes, stuff is on the rise, and I see it. That's why that's my topic for the night, on the rise. But I'm not just talking about the rise in violence. What else is on the rise? Oh, it's definitely you. Because I'm telling you, the way this stuff keep on happening, baby, when it rains, it pours, we on the rise. You on the rise, I'm on the rise. And unfortunately, that's going to be my word for the night, right? Because I'm just like from that in the hole. And unfortunately, the crime here is on the rise. So here too in Baltimore City, it has been a very uptick. We've talked about this before, that, yeah, that's just how it go in cities, and that it's not unlikely that you're going to keep hearing about this senseless violence and these senseless crimes that continue to happen in cities and urban communities here, like Baltimore City. I mean, it's just like, it's the inevitable nowadays. But the truth of the matter is, here in Baltimore City, people are seeing and are very concerned and discussing the rise of crime amongst our youth. I mean, months ago or years ago, when different stuff was happening, people already know, as far as with the age limit and stuff like that, people get these young kids to come out and do stuff because they know they can't be charged. And guess what? The kids now, they doing stuff on their own because they didn't caught on. Oh, I'm good, right? So people were calling for, I guess what they call it, like a special assembly for them to discuss and address this upbeat of violent crime amongst the youth, right? That these youth are doing. They stealing cars, they robbing people, they doing everything. But a lot of it is not, what do they call it? Like, violent crimes. I mean, yeah, stealing a car is something definitely has the victim a car got stolen. What I'm saying is, like, not carjacking, like not at gunpoint and different stuff like that. But we have a lot of that too. So people were calling for our Governor Westmore, trying to see if he was going to have a special assembly about it. Also, our House representatives and our speakers. I forget the lady name because, like I said, y'all know me. Y'all probably think I be telling fibs when I'm telling y'all. I be going through this stuff. I be trying to have it all written down, whatever, and then it get all jumbled up. And then sometimes I be focused, already kind of knowing what I'm going to discuss and talk about when I get on here. And this stuff happens. Messing with my own day. And it kind of or my thought goes somewhere else. So particularly today, that's what happened. That's shooting. Like I was on the go. I was like, okay, I missed my show last week. Bam. This morning I woke up, had my little issues with the tow truck and everything. I was like, oh, here you go. Always something on a Thursday, always something. When I get to the end of the week, I know it's the enemy, right? Trying to discourage me, right? So I'm like, okay, that's nothing. That's a small thing. Still staying faithful. Then I go over there, whatever else of that. So I can imagine how the enemy is with my creator. Like, I keep on. I'm telling you, she gonna break. She going to disown you, Lord. She going to be staying. I'm telling you, because sometimes, when you feel like you're a good person and you continue to try to do good things and good deeds or whatever, does not mean that you're going to have it good. Like stuff be real funky and stuff be real bad. And I'm glad that I can recognize that and realize that now. And I just be like, why? Sometimes people be like, why me? Or why this keep on happening? But I look at it like, why not me? And the enemy for real can't do nothing with me. When I tell y'all faith is the mustard seed, like I be down, I be mighty low. But I know there's a God. Look, I'm playing, but I'm being serious, right? I know there's a God. So that's just where my energy and everything like that. Because I be like, no, it is a God. And then all of this stuff is falling down around me, and all this stuff is falling. I'm feeling like everything is falling, right? I'm like, something is definitely on the rise. For me, for you, for him, her, all of us. While all this other senseless stuff on the rise, right? So in regards to the youth violence, they wanted them to call it a special assembly. That does not look like it's going to happen. What people are speculating is because of the rules and the procedures and the way that the Department of Juvenile Justice carries it down, that the consequences for youth that to get up my car. Y'all sitting there. Did y'all see this boy? Oh, you think I ain't in here? All up on my daggone chair. He got his own chair. But they think that they're not being, what can I say, productive to basically facing or combating a crime, or the children are not experiencing any consequences. But the Department of Juvenile Services is really set up to service the child, to help them along the way. Now, some of these children, they need some more stricter consequences than others. But I still am in that belief that just locking them up and doing stuff like that do not change nothing, because a lot of us know that in jail, if you got to be in that population and in that environment, it does not make you better. I mean, they try to send you there in hopes of rehabilitation, because that's the hope, right? But several people I know got locked up with a little bit of time, and they even caught a whole bunch of time while they was in there, because it's wild. It's like the streets. Imagine being confined to a certain area and you can't even get away from it. You just in the midst of it all the time. You can't even separate yourself at all. So yeah, it be real heavy in there too. So I don't agree with youth constantly, well, I ain't gonna say constantly. Of course, I don't agree with them constantly breaking the law and committing these crimes, but I don't think that just by locking them up, it is going to be the answer to all other problems or anything else like that. No, it's stuff going on out here. And yes, there are a lot of criminals that are adults that these children are looking up to as role models, because people think that a lot of times the word role model, it got to be a pro-social person. I'm telling you, these kids today are looking up to the worst of the worst for their role models. We say it all the time. It's just so much negativity that is being put out into the atmosphere through the music, through like so much stuff. Like everything that ain't slick, they think is slick. Everything ain't slick, they think is slick. And I remember even when the young girl had got shot here, and the young boy who shot her, I think he was like 11 or so, young 14-year-old girl, Kayla. I can't remember her last name right now, but rest in peace, Kayla. And yeah, he was like 11-year-old little boy. So it wasn't no real consequences for him, just services, I believe. But it was talks even, at that time, people were saying, oh, goodness, when people find out that youth can do stuff and essentially not be held accountable for it, they're going to be using them, and they're going to be taking advantage of that. And they're going to be using them to commit crimes because they know that their consequences are not at all going to equate to what they would get as an adult. So with this uptick in stolen cars, that's what everybody is thinking is the case. Now, I talked about that before. I said I hope, because I remember car theft ain't nothing new. Breaking in the cars and all that ain't nothing new. I remember being young and I had friends and stuff that was doing that. But back then they was taking them to the chop shops and getting money and, trying to do stuff like that. I'm talking about getting cars, driving them all the way up to New York and, different stuff like that, getting them on there. But now, I don't know. These people, I ain't saying they ain't about that and they ain't about their money, but I don't know. I'm telling you, these crimes now that these kids is committing, a lot of it be for fun. It's fun to them. It is fun to them. The same way with, not only the youth, with adults or some stuff that you see. And people say, oh, they too old to be acting like it's fun to them. Like people still have fun fighting. People still have fun arguing. People still have fun going places and starting shit. Like this is what I know, and this is what you better know. Like people still have fun. Like that's their shit. Like that's their shit. I'm telling you. So look, stay prayed up and praised up, and as best as you can, stay away from it. Don't play about you. Don't play about you, and do not play. Stay away from it. I'm telling you, stay away from it. Don't be afraid to lose people. I'm telling you, the process to stay away from this lie, a lot of this negativity is a lonely one. I'm telling you, it's lonely. I definitely don't want to be around nobody with all this negativity. Shoot, people is telling me to be around them so they can spill some positivity in me that I try to give out when I'm going through, and I still be reluctant to that. I told y'all, like, I'll be wanting to, man, everybody. Like, I started the show and said, I'm going through, but who ain't? Everybody going through something. So I be feeling like, yeah, I'm, going through, but I'm one of the people like, I ain't keep giving nobody no blues. No damn bad news, no more bad news. You know what I mean? Don't nobody got time for that a lot of times. Not that I don't think a person care or will want to know or be concerned, but it's just that just be my thought on it. And a lot of times when I connect with people and I start to have a love for them or care or whatever, I'll say that, I be feeling they gonna feel like I feel. So I be like, I don't want to worry them like that, because they call me with something. Oh, I be pissed off. I be like, that's a mess. Oh my goodness, no. Or, oh my goodness. Or, and stuff like that. And I don't be wanting to take my friends or my family. Well, I call them friends, but people I call friends are like family now. I don't be wanting to take them do that. I don't. Maybe it's just me. But then again, I know it's not just me. I know a lot of people like that, because on the other hand, I'm telling y'all how I be. And that's how I be for a lot of people. Like a lot of people be telling me the same thing, or people that I try to reach out to and comfort and stuff when they going through something. The very same people that have comforted or supported me. And then when they come to go through something or whatever, and I call them, they be like, and I be trying to give them that encouragement. Like, they don't want to hear that. Sometimes people just need that moment. They don't be wanting to hear that. So it's hard to stay positive when so much negativity is happening around you. It is. It really is. But if you just keep remembering that everything is everything, what it's going to be is going to be, and all you got to do is keep on walking. Keep going. What can you do with it? Like I said, do the best that you can to stay safe. do the best that you can to continue to pursue your goals, continue to, live your life. You better live. Ain't that what I'm always screaming, right? But at the same time, that stuff you can't do nothing with. Scream out serenity now, because there's a lot of stuff you can't do nothing with. And even you being down and crying or whatever may have you, ain't going to change it. Ain't going to change it. So just get up and keep on moving. So that's the violence here in this city. That's the plans that they thinking about and everything goes like that. Not only in my city, as I do acknowledge, and they're not going to have a special session, but there are a lot of looks into a lot of the procedures that are going on with the Department of Juvenile Services. I know for one of the practices that was questioned was their home monitoring, because a lot of youth that are under that device to kind of be tracked, that have gotten in trouble, are not set to be detained but released. They put them on a home monitoring device, the GPS, that kind of tracks their whereabouts, keeps a track of them. It's kind of like an alternative to actually being detained, but you still have like restrictions. And a lot of them, like this Brooklyn Day shooting, I know one of the victims, but one of the suspects that was arrested in the accident actually was on the home monitoring box. Just like I said, when I worked in advocacy with these youth, how many of my kids used to run out on those boxes, cut them off, leave and everything. And they'd be, Miss Chastity's still trying to work with them, trying to get them to comply. So a lot of times we did avoid them being detained even after they remove those boxes, because a lot of times it'd be different situations and circumstances, even though they're not supposed to be cutting them off. But they kids, and the courts are kind of be lenient when they are informed of their situation or the matter as to which. And then a lot of them be dealing with stuff, traumas, abuse, all types of stuff. And when this time they be wanting to go, they be like, I got to go. And that might be a reason why a lot of these youth too still in these cars. They doing it for fun. Like, I gotta go, I'm gonna go over here. And it's so sad because, like I said, they doing it for fun, and it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. And it's very sad to see how our youth can use their lives, not only from the senseless violence that is perpetrated here, but then also by the senseless crimes that they commit. Like, it's just sad. It's heartbreaking. So that was my day. Issues with the tow truck. Then I was like in a shootout. Ain't that something? But I'm here and I am still good. I'm good. So you should be good. So thank y'all for everybody that's keep on praying for me, because people would say you have a praying grandmother, right? I got a praying godmother. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I know constantly my godmother and everybody else that I know and stuff. I'm telling you, I don't just be on there. When people be on social media, something be happening, people be like, pray for me with the hands up and all that. I always wonder, like, is people really praying? Or or what they doing or whatever. But I'm one of those ones that pray. I'm telling you, I pray, I call your name out. Tell them to speak to God specifically about you, especially if I know a situation or whatever. What they call that in church, putting that on the altar or whatever. Yeah, I call it out, because it's not like God don't already know. But I think that is like the purest form of love, and it's powerful that somebody can do for you, is to cry out to God on your behalf. The goal, yeah, that's the business. So thank you for everybody that's praying for me. I am continuing to pray for you. I pray for everybody, because everybody needs prayer. So remember to love and pray for one another, because we all need it. And while we on the rise, be reminded that this violence and all this other bullshit is on the rise too. What else is on the rise? See, I had seen some stuff like, no, you don't call it tabloids no more, right? I already asked that question, but I had seen some stuff in there. I really enjoy doing this. I keep calling the show radio show, right? I'm on the radio. I feel like, no, it's a podcast. Everybody's doing a podcast. Okay. This is the best I live. I guess podcast, but I really be tripping off a lot of the.
Excuse me. This is the You Better Live show.
Yes, come again.
It's not just a podcast. We do podcasts.
It's not a podcast.
We are not a podcast.
Right? It's not. I'm not a podcast. I'm a show, and if you watch me long enough, because I'm a little bit over a year now, right? You know that it be some shows on here, but I still show up, and I'm getting better every day. Not just for the show, but just better individually. But what I was making a point is that I'm just tripping because there's so many people out here got doing these shows, doing these podcasts, different people, whatever. And like, I know it's hard. Nobody don't want to be judged. Nobody really likes the criticism or anything. People looking at you, baby. I know they talking about me. They be like, that red thing. Well, yeah, it's my destiny to be fat. No, FAT, fat and thick, fabulous and thick, right? I'm fat. All of that. But like I tell y'all, in the business of me trying to get things to discuss and to talk about and everything, I try to get stuff that I know what's factual. Of course, everything that I'm sharing on here when I talk on it is your news and it's our view. So in my view, it's definitely my opinion. But I've been really, really tripping off of some of this stuff. And then some of these shows that just be like, what they talking about? But the crazy thing is, they got more followers than me, more likes and everything else the people on the show. So y'all got the show out for the Goddess Chance. Do you hear me? If you haven't already done so, make sure that you like, share, and comment my show every Thursday. Guess what? Before you even get to doing that, make sure you go to the You Better Live page and like it, follow it, so you can be on the upkeep with everything that's going on. I know I have to do more on that page because I've been doing a lot through my personal one. But yeah, come through, find through everything that is going on. And especially through the Be Exposed, it's www.beexposedradio.com. Yes, we here. Be Exposed Radio, Be Exposed. Yeah, keep up with us. Keep up to see everything that's going on. Y'all know when I am on the air, y'all can call in and talk to me. Don't be scared now. Y'all tell me, little guys, it's 443-642-9403. Still always open for guests to come on my guest segment of Living It. Okay, so I can talk to you and you can talk to the world and let everyone know how you are living it. So don't hesitate if that's what you want to do. Yes, come through on that. And while I'm on the show, anything that I'm discussing and you want to share your view on it, holla at me. Even if you don't want to share your view, let nobody hear your wonderful voice, then guess what? Move your little wonderful fingers and text me and let me know what's going on. Not text, but chat. Y'all know what I was saying. Y'all know what I was saying. So that's all of that. I talked about the Baltimore, the violence and everything. Also previously, before, we were talking about the announcement of our new police commissioner, Mr. Richard Worley. Today is the day that he actually will be having his commencement ceremony to officially confirm him being our new police commissioner. Not only Mr. Worley, but I believe the police chief is doing his commencement today. Now, I've seen that there were some things held off in regards to Mr. Worley's contract by the board of estimates. The mayor was on the news talking about that today. I don't know why they really made that decision, but what's going to happen is Mr. Worley is going to receive a 3-year contract. He currently resides in Anne Arundel County, so they want him to come to Baltimore City to the communities that he will be servicing. So in the contract, I know they had the 3 years, and they also want to give him a housing allowance and everything. Why not? Because they just said this man came all the way up here from New Orleans, and they were still helping pay for his house in New Orleans and up here. Oh, yeah, he was sad. So my whole thing is, I don't know, but don't play with Mr. Worley, because he from right here and been in Baltimore City forever, and he from Maryland, and y'all think y'all going cheap skate him or whatever you call it. Don't play with him. I mean, I hope he does well. I'm very pleased that when people were displeased about the way Brandon Scott announced it not being the tradition, of Baltimore. It's just water. I ain't even got nothing on my stomach. My nerves been so bad. I ain't ate nothing. Did I eat today? No, I did not. Not that I need to. Not that I need to. But my point is, don't play with Richard Worley. I hope he does well. I was very pleased with Brandon Scott and kind of taking a step back from his ego and doing the community meetings and everything, trying to appease the community because people were very displeased when he just announced him and say he didn't vet the man and they usually go out of town and all this other stuff they were saying. But Richard Worley officially is supposed to be in it today. I hope he does very well. I don't even know if this response I seen today, I mean, because he is kind of like in a position already, was because of him. But just like I said, job well done, PPD. All the first part, the fire department and all of that, because they was there. I'm talking about like 3, 4, 5 minutes. Like it was a movie. Like it happened and it was like police was coming, the helicopter was out there. So I don't know what technology and all that they using, but yeah, kudos because they need to get some of this on the street because I'm tired of walking and stuff like this and all that be happening. I'm tired of hearing the gunshots. So let's just hope Richard Worley does a very, very good job. I have not been able to interact with him at all. That was another thing too, as far as how like we was talking, the different people that are like ahead of this stuff, that makes the laws, that makes all the decisions. That's all the stuff that I need to know, right? Those are the people that you need to go to talk to them, aside from, of course, our council members and stuff that we go through. But what I'm saying is make these people work. Make these people work. Make these people work. And Richard Worley, they're going to make you work. So I'm hoping he's ready. I think that he is. He's been here 20-something plus years. Even the fire chief who's been confirmed today has been like in the fire department for 30-something years. Both of them being appointed by our current mayor, Brandon Scott. So I don't know what their processes is or how they pick it or whatever, but these are his picks. This is who he thinks will do well in these positions. So me as a resident of Baltimore City, because it's already happening, I'm going to respect it. And all I'm going to say is we shall see. Okay? So that's the news. That was the little update that I had about Miss Richard Worley, because we talked to him about it not. And I'm thankful because I do this show, I be in all this little stuff, right? I be trying to find out. I be wanting to know. And again, shout out the Fox 45 because a lot of people don't like that station, but I do. They be all in the nitty gritty of different stuff. So a lot of stuff I soak up for as when I'm trying to get to know things, it's from them. But I don't stop there. I do a lot of reading. I go to all the different little news sites and all that other stuff like that. And I'm talking to social media, hearing what everybody else with the street saying and all that other stuff. So, it'd be like two sides of the story and then the truth. But hey, I'm just coming to share my view and my opinion. So I don't know what the truth is. Don't know how good he's going to do. But I pray he does well. I think he should. And then if he don't, it won't be no different than these other police commissioners that they done had up in here. Because just like those mayors that they was giving a boot, they didn't gave quite of these police commissioners too. Yeah, these mayors here, they done been rolling them out there for some crooked stuff. And then a few of our commissioners, when they was rolling the mayors out, they was rolling them out too, saying that they was doing some not good stuff, some shaky stuff, right? So that's a what. It's not even a what in the world, right? Because we already knew what was what and what was up and what was up with that, right? So that's that. We had them doing their commencement today. I'm a little stuffed up too, y'all. I don't know. What is it? Is it because of the season changing or whatever else like that? I'll be stuffed up anyway. They say that it is very unlikely that you're not going to have any type of allergies or sinus issues or anything else like that living in the state of Maryland. And I definitely believe it because I be stuffed up. I drink water all day. I be stuffed up. And then, different stuff be happening. Y'all know my little voice. I talk loud. Yeah, I'm always yelling. I'm talking out. I experience some hoarseness and things like that a lot of times. But I'm like, God, hey, why am I always feeling like, and it ain't like stuffy, like my nose stuffed up, but it's just always like feel like dry. It's either too dry or too wet in my nose. You know what I'm saying? What is up with that? Gotta get my water. Also, some things that I'm going to be discussing tonight because we ain't got long. Y'all know these 2 hours fly by like nothing. But a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking to, well, not a lot of it, but some of the stuff that I'm bring out is stuff that I didn't get to discuss other times that I already had written down. So thank God that I had my little way about to do stuff. Well, I wouldn't have known what the heck to talk about. You know, I love to talk, so I'm gonna come through and talk any daggone way. But this one was like a what and a what. So, all right, I talked about that, talked about the youth violence, talked about the police commissioner coming in. That was all for Baltimore City. Let me also talk something about Baltimore. Yes, about Baltimore. Did y'all hear? BG&E? Oh, yeah, people ranting about that too now. BG&E is on the move for another rate hike due to, I think, raise a substantial amount within 3 years. And the community and residents is basically pushing back against it. One time before, we had discussed about, the mayor, people was a little upset that he was giving BGE control of the conduit system, essentially meaning, it's the pipes that's running under or whatever all the equipment to run gas and electric. It's still owned by the cities, but it would basically be regulated through them. And people was like, no, because that kind of puts us in a chokehold, which it is appearing to do, because essentially we can't find any other service providers except for BGE. Well, not one that you can afford, because now BG&E having control of the equipment, they're going to tax the companies. Oh, you want to run it through this or whatever? It's a mess. And once again, they're trying to go up on their fees, up on their bills, putting definitely a strain. I know people are already strained right now. People are already strained with this bill here, and it's just unfortunate. I gotta come up with my main word for the show. I might gotta do that. Have a main word that I use on the show. It's just unfortunate. So again, a lot of people incomes ain't changing, finance ain't changing or whatever. But what's on the rise? These bills and these daggone charges. Yes, they is. So people not happy about that. People not happy about that. They're already having community meetings. I think they had one already too as well down City Hall, where people are basically speaking against it and just sharing some of their concerns of what I just now mentioned. Like, BGE got us on a chokehold. We can't use nobody but them. So they can essentially do what they want to do. And that's what they're doing, raising the fees. Every time you look, time does fly. So I don't know when was the last time. I got to look that up, that they did raise the fees or with some things on it. I don't know. But this plan that they have now, they want to roll it into effect within the next 3 years. And it's like a big increase. Yes, it is. It's a big increase. Yeah, they want us to pay for the people that, that work for them. I got, for the CEOs and all them. They want to raise. They want their salaries raised and stuff. So they like, who takes it on the back then? The customer. And we ain't getting nothing different. It's the same electric running through. It's the same gas running through and all of that. So if you're in a bond or something about the BG, I need to find out where the location is. Well, go to me.
You know what it also is?
What's that?
Gas is becoming useless.
They're
replacing their gas stoves with electric, and now they're losing money.
And I don't like electric stove.
I know, no one does. But it's whether you want to pay that extra electricity or use solar panel electricity that is the issue.
A lot of people have been rolling towards that. I know a lot of money they would pay them solar panels.
Everybody's changing over to solar panels, which is reducing their electricity bill, but it's also making their gas stoves obsolete. So that if you're going to pay less in gas, if you're going to pay less in electricity, you might as well switch over from gas, period, and stop paying that whole entire extra bill. And now you got complete electricity coming through your house, which is you're paying pennies on a dollar for, which is now being catched up by BG&E. They're seeing that people are switching and losing money.
Makes sense.
And now they're trying to make you pay more for your electricity. That's where it's coming from. Because I can tell you, my past 4 gas bills has been $0.
Whoa, word.
Because I use my air fryer.
Yeah, right. So a lot of people went right. Use their air
I don't
fryer.
turn my stove on for nothing. I haven't used my stove in so long. I can remember the last time I had eggs, and that's when I told you about the period thing.
Ah, oh, I do not want to eat eggs. But
And
it's
that was
the
the
truth
last
though,
time
what
I
you
ate
say.
eggs. And that
I'm
was
still
months ago. Months ago.
look, I'm still eating them, but I do be like a little bit when I
And
think
I don't
about
make the difference is I still eat eggs, but
yeah.
I don't do the scramble, none of that part. It's always used in baking, and if I'm making
Oh, okay.
something that has
You
to be
don't eat them.
prepared. I don't.
Well,
I just don't
baby.
scramble eggs no more with cheese and all. No, no thanks.
Oh, well, baby. I am a spinach and mushroom omelet type of girl. I am a bull egg type of girl. Yes, I will throw a couple of bull eggs in there, baby. And that be my snack. I am. But
And you know what?
just
That's
that
still
little bit.
as you're saying it, it's making my mouth water. But now that I know what they I can't. I just can't do it. As soon as I
Yeah.
crack the show open
So
and I see it, I'll be
totally
like, oh.
because you bringing it up, we know that's what the issue is with BG&E. That definitely makes sense what Marty said. I didn't think about it like that because yes,
It's a big shift. It's
a
a
lot of people
major
are
shift in
using
in people's consumption of
yes,
gas.
a lot of people are using different alternatives to cook. But since he brought that up about the egg, I gotta tell y'all, right? So it was this little information that he had saying. He was like, yeah, the egg, the baby, that's basically like the chicken menstrual. And I'm like, oh, right. And it was like a clip or something they had on the stage or whatever, and the lady was breaking it down, and I was like, oh no way. It is. Like the woman, like when we're babies and we go through our menstrual and we have that release or whatever, I was like, okay, so like the eggs coming out, but it's wishing again. That's all that in there.
That's all y'all eating is a chicken's menstrual cycle because until a rooster sits on it and fertilizes it, it's not going to become a baby.
And it never becomes a
It
baby.
never becomes a baby until
Oh,
the rooster
I was
fertilizes.
baby, and I was so mad, right? After I learned it, I was so, I think I commented on it too. It's like, oh, and I love eggs. Love, right?
That's the thought though. No one ever actually explained that to you. Like, why do
They didn't.
chickens just constantly have eggs? Why is that? Why is that? Because there's nowhere to go in their bodies for their menstrual cycle to be disposed of. So they
And
have
that's what
eggs.
the egg is. It's the
Yep.
baby. Just like how we have a menstrual, it release itself. That's what the egg is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either going to be enough little chit, but we eating them, so it's not. That's how,
Right.
yeah. So then when I came back and I cracked the egg and let clear, the white, water.
Amniotic fluid.
And I was like, oh. But I still eat eggs. But I'm telling you, it has not been as much. So them
Y'all eat
vegans out
amniotic
there,
fluid and fetuses.
them vegans out
Unfertilized
there,
fetuses.
I get it. I thought I was doing something right because I don't eat beef. I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. Haven't ate it since I was 10. I'm like, oh no, people still out here eating shitterlings and the hug mugs and all that, right? So I think I'm doing something right. Like, shit, that's nasty. People eating the asshole, the ankles and all that. But look at
Yep.
me. Turn that menstrual.
With a fork and a knife.
I'm like, wait a minute, does this mess with your attitude? Because you know what? You hear a lot of vegans or people that don't eat meat and different stuff like that will always say, like, you are what you eat. Or, we talk about that, like medicine and taking it in your body. So I'm like, is this why I be a little bit urgent a little bit? Because I'm eating the chicken being like, I'm funny. So I be like, man, a little bit. If I'm like, wait a minute. So yeah, I thought I was doing something, but I ain't doing nothing. I'm eating. I'm a what they call it, a carnivore.
Mm-hmm. You are.
I'm a carnivore. I'm a carnivore. It doesn't matter that I eat beef and pork. All right, I got that water together because my little lemon seed went up in the straw. Y'all seen me messing with it a little bit. But thank you for making that point, Monty. And then I had to share that other stuff.
I mean, that's that gas thing. Yeah, it's the issue is that a lot of people have changed the way they operate, especially through the pandemic.
It's crazy.
You found out better ways that you can operate and do things to bring your bills down. And this is just things that people have done to bring their bills down,
right?
In particular. Not just because it's a healthy thing or a climate thing. It's just that it came about. The air fryer came about and changed everybody's experience on how they cook. You can
Yeah.
do it with less fat. You can do it with less, oil. And
Yes.
shoot, the
All of
elimination of
that. It's
frying
more
your food
convenient, less
is the
stuff to
main
clean
reason.
up.
Yes, and the elimination of having to fry your foods is the real thing. That's the
Yes,
biggest
but
part
still
of
give
this
you that taste.
because it still give you that taste because now you don't have to use the gas and the oil.
Oh. Oh, that air fryer sounds special. And they got different models out here now, dual ones or whatever.
If you
I
can
thought
cook a
about
whole meal in, you can cook the whole meal in
yeah,
it.
they
Steam
got
your
ones that
vegetables while
got the
cooking them too.
thing that look like a whole roaster. Like,
Exactly.
and the rest of them, like, oh, they really got it going
But now
on.
they're getting hip to it. Now BGE sees that, okay, now we got all these people, especially probably on this block, because I think I see a lot of people that got air fryers on my block in particular. If my bill's zero and then everybody, you go down the street and everybody else's bill is zero for gas, then what are they doing? They like, well, we got to get this money back from somewhere. They're not using gas anymore. It's all electric. I can see the bump where my bump in my electricity went up, but the gas is zero. So it
Yes.
all
And
works
then
out.
how about these, what is they called? The energy statement. I'll be like, BG, I'm not paying you no mind. They always say I'm over my neighbors and my neighbors
I
saved this
just
or whatever.
recently got to that point, but now it say I'm below average on my gas though
Oh, go ahead now.
because I don't use
One
gas.
time
It's
they
zero.
said I earned $1 or something
Look, I
because
turned my stove on for the first time, and I want to say this just happened on Monday, and I was making some noodles. That was the first time I had turned my stove on. It probably won't even register on my bill as me using anything though. It was so
Child,
fast.
watch they gonna come up with something where you can use that too. And then they're going. I think I seen something the other day that was trying to show you how to do a boiled egg in the air fryer. I said, "Well,
Yeah,
golly." And then
but
I
you
know there's
already
a
can do
lot of
those in the
discussion too
microwave.
because they trying to get these gas out of our cars too.
You can already do the boiled egg thing in the microwave. We used to do that all the time at work.
Right, but don't put it in there after it's boiled because that thing won't explode.
Oh, it'll explode. Right. No, I'm talking about, you take the water and put it in a cup and put it in the microwave and then let it, do its thing.
Right, and when I tell you it's going to explode, it's going to explode.
I've seen that happen. I've seen the egg pop.
I was so upset, like, what the hell? And I was like, and I knew that. Why did I do that? That thing, all in that microwave, and had to clean all that stuff up. I was over it. But
Because
yes.
it was trying to speed up the growth of the baby.
Oh, see. Oh.
And the
Oh,
baby
be
got
quiet.
too
When I
big
get
and
over here,
popped
I'm
out
gonna
that
eat me.
shell.
Oh, be quiet. When I get over here, I'm gonna eat me some eggs. Come and get me and take me to take me to what is it called? Aha, out Glenburn.
Why I just say I want to? I was just getting ready to say I want to go to IHOP now.
For real. I'm gonna tell them I want the real egg, not the
Oh, I
one
want to
y'all
go to
pull out.
IHOP now.
Yes, I want spinach and mushroom omelet with the holidays.
Sirloin
So
tips.
delicious.
I want them sirloin tips.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
My mouth
Eating
is
the beef feet. Eating the beef. Oh my goodness. So that was one thing with the BG&E. So just keep an eye out on that. One point that I did want to make is that I seen Fam talking on Facebook today. Good Fam, or definitely I didn't give him the name, but he was around Chapel Hill. I gave honor to his sister before he had Kim Green. So he works with Maryland Energy Assistance Program. One of the top rankings, young bro doing his thing. I'm real proud. I ain't even gonna say bro, but young Fam doing his thing. Definitely. He's always kind of been trying to share information on there about these programs and stuff. So he just was encouraging people, letting them know that the criteria for you to be eligible is changing. So people who have not been deemed eligible before will be eligible now. So like the income requirements and different like that are changing. And then it's also being put in a place where anyone that is in your household that receives any type of government assistance can come and apply on behalf of your household. And then I heard they giving out more money too. And it's not only from one stream, it's actually from different grants and stuff like that that can kind of be reoccurring on your bill. So look, if you're struggling and you need some help with that bill, because he also said that too, if this is your situation, come get the money. Sit your pride aside, because the money is there. And the reality is if we don't use it or people don't use it, they take it away. I mean, it's unfortunate. There go my word for the show. That we gotta go and go through all that over something so simple as a bill. But the reality of it is that's the way it is nowadays. So if you need the help, thank God that help is there, and reach out to the MEEP department and see how you can be assisted. Shucks, I need to call them now. If my truck was working, I'd be getting up there, going up there. And thank God for the people who can pay their bill without having to worry about that, okay? But that too shall pass. But in the meantime, while it's here and your electricity and that gas and electric bill is on the rise, you ride your happy sail up and go up to the MEEP and apply, okay? So make sure you do that. Call ahead of time, look it up, Google it, whatever you got to do. I don't even know where the location is no more. I remember it used to be up in this like nursing home up on Charles Street, but I think they moved their location. I'm gonna have to look, might have to send them a thing in the inbox. I'll be a little bit iffy about that too, because I don't talk to, you know how people you don't talk to in the regular, and then it'd be like the audacity. Them as soon as they see something, they want to inbox me and ask me a question, but maybe I had to do that. Like, look, where y'all located? So I can know straight where to go to apply for that assistance. So that was something that was going on in Baltimore City and in Baltimore County. You know, here in Baltimore City, when they took away those plastic bags, we talked about that. Everybody has kind of gotten to the habit of using these reusable bags. They buy them. I know I got 100 of them and flavors. You have different styles. Every store I went in with that name on it. And I really be trying to coordinate too. If I go back to the store, I try to take the bag that I had got from that store. But everyone knows that's what has been going on in Baltimore City. When they did the plastic bag ban, they was like, no, we're not going to use them no more. That including like the styrofoam containers and the styrofoam plates and everything. Now, when that was happening in Baltimore City, I knew a couple of my folks was out in Baltimore County like, haha, you know, and I'm going to admit, I even did some of my shopping. Okay, when I had to shop, be like, look, I don't feel like dragging these bags. I just want them to load it up and everything else of that. I'm going in the county to the market because I know they're going to bag it up and I'm going to be out of here. But baby, that's coming to an end because I seen today that they are going to roll the same thing in effect out in Baltimore County. Yes. Right now, they are holding several events for them, just like they did for us, where different, you know, officials out there in the county from the Baltimore County, what they call it, Baltimore City Council, so the Baltimore County Council, right? And everything else like that. Like they're out there having events where they're giving away the free disposable bags, kind of getting everybody kind of acclimated that like this is where it's going to be. All of their other bags going to be 5 cents. That's another thing too. Because these stores is really making this money off of these bags now and selling these bags. I just now told y'all I have them in flavors. They got different designs in the store too. Like the lady really was pitching them to me like this one 10 cents, this one 50, but this one right here $1.25. And it's big and I was so sick. So it ain't only the hustle far as the merchandise they got in the store, it's also in regards to the bag. So they're gonna roll the same restriction out to Baltimore County. It is to go in effect in November the 1st. So if you are a Baltimore County resident, you better get loaded on your reusable bags. I'm telling you, it's a task. It is different. It is something to get used to. I mean, I have gotten used to it. And I know also several people here in the city have gotten used to it too. But it's one of those things that you have to get used to. I mean, I was walking up to the stores the same way that I was walking with the mask. When you know when you was getting out the car and COVID was like very rapid and you get out the car, forget that mask. I mean, I had masks hanging everywhere on my shift stick, you know what I mean, in my car, on the other little thing in the visor. I just always knew it was not out of the ordinary for like a mask to kind of be tucked in my pocket, tucked in the inside, anything, because that's what life was really like calling for. So it's the same thing with the disposable bags. They all in my trunk. I got them stuffed in this what's your name, got them separated, like I said, so I can go and just grab them and take them in the store that I need to take in different all sizes and everything else. So they're going to roll the same thing out in Baltimore County starting November the 1st. Y'all going to have to get used to it and get your change. So get stacked up on your reusable bags and all of that and count your change. Make sure you take that change in the store because they don't want that money for them bags. one of my favorite markets. A lot of people don't like to shop there, but Aldi's is the Aldi's or Aldi's. I think on the commercial they say Aldi's, but I've been calling it Aldi's for the longest, so it's Aldi's to me. But they've been charging for their bags. So I was used to it, but it was plastic bags. And, they used to be sturdy. After a while, they got a little weak, got a little flimsy. I also, in a lot of these stores, they've been trying to give paper bags now, which is just like a mess. If it's a paper bag without a handle, and then even if it is, it's going to rip. When I used to do the Amazon Flex and they put all this stuff in this paper bag and then they got it folded down and you got to grab it, whatever, by the fold. It's just the mess. So Baltimore County residents, y'all not very far. So get ready for it. Yes, because if it's happening here, it's trickling in its own way right on to y'all. So I know a lot of people was bullshit. I'm in the county. I ain't got to worry about that. It then came, baby. You already had to use them reusable bags, just like I did. So get ready. It's all in the hopes to better the environment and the litter and stuff like that. Because people be throwing down empty thing. Empty. Yes, I say empty. Empty thing. They be throwing it down. Like the last time I can remember riding down the street with somebody, I think they was eating like a whole, like they just threw the whole container out the goddamn window. Like, damn. You gotta put that on your seat. I mean, I know we got people that's working for the city that's their job to clean up. What they trying to keep them employed? I don't know. But like people just be people don't care. They just be throwing stuff anyway, walk right past your door. It just be a mess. And where I live at, my house kind of sits in the middle of two other houses, right? And it's like a break. So my house that sits back is like a tunnel. So all this trash that they come through and pass when the wind blow, come right out. I'm out here a lot cleaning out this front yard and everything with my little gloves on, cleaning it up. Yeah, so that's what's on the rise out in Baltimore County, but then also on the rise, just like Baltimore City, and them transitioning into getting rid of the plastic bags. Also the crime is on the rise out in Baltimore County, also with the youth, and they are trying to come together. The Baltimore County officials that deal with that and the justice system for the juvenile, as well as in the city, are trying to come together to kind of try to combat the intake of the rise of the violence, which I think is good, because a lot of times I recognize that there's so many different agencies out here. There are a lot of them don't have the same mission. A lot of them have the same mission, and for the life of me, I don't understand why they don't work together. Like everybody want to be that, and I get that. You can take the lead and everything. I'll say that, but if you can come together and do something collectively and get it done, what's the problem? So it'd be a lot of shade, y'all, between these organizations or whatever that's supposed to do stuff. Oh my goodness, God forbid they supposed to do the same things for people. It'd be a lot of, like if my organization worked with the homeless and yours work for the homeless, like wouldn't it make sense if we doing something we had an event, for us to collectively trying to address this? But no, it don't be going down like that. So we gonna pray and keep on praying that things start to going down like that, right? And then praising them for the situations into which they are going down like that. Because I'm telling you. So they coming together as well, trying to do stuff about the violence and everything else like that. Yeah, they are. They coming together. So that ain't no what in the what, but that was like what in the what? To me, it was that kind of what in the what, right? About that BG&E, and then also about those bags. When I seen it, I just laughed because I was like, oh my goodness. So people, like I said, I know in Baltimore County, they so, I ain't got to worry about that. I ain't got to worry about that. And just like I said, I was feeling some type of way. Look, power to the people. I bring my fist. I was feeling some type of way too. Like, see, I'm going to the county to shop. So now that's out the window. So if you was traveling to go over to the county, you got to November the 1st. And Baltimore County residents, you got to the November the 1st, because November the 1st, they taking your plastic bags away. All right. What was the next thing that I wanted to bring up tonight? Because there's some wishing. Oh, before I get off of here, I got to give a shout out. I know this stuff was over here and I didn't tucked it, but if y'all can remember, it was a former guest that I had on here before, Mr. Sean Felder. Was it Felder? Yes, it was. Sean Felder. He was the young, well, he was the man, the young man. Everybody young, right? When you show him respect. He was the young man that came through here. Y'all know, my good brother that was real, real close to the camera. Really enjoyed this conversation. But he was the one that had put him in a lawsuit with the tenants. It was about the tenants, right? It kind of like railroaded him and kind of was like discriminatory against him. He felt that was for the tenants, like the world. I forgot the whole name of the thing and everything. That's in another notebook. But yeah, he was a
The
guest
U.S.
before.
Tennis Association.
Thank you, U.S. Tennis Association. And he went and basically he won. Yeah, good brother was saying they was discriminating on him because he was black. He was not getting those type of detailed jobs because of who he was and being a black man. And he stood up for something that he fought and he won. And a lot of those practices through there have changed. And I believe he's still doing security, but also when he was on our show, he talked to us about him doing his thing. Like he had the energy drink. I'm trying to go over there and get it because I thought I had to take but he had the energy drink. Man, he was talking about it before I even really caught heed of what he was talking about was the 50th anniversary of hip hop. He was talking about that on the show. So when all of that happened and took place, I was like, this is what Mr. Felder was talking about. But I want to give Sean a special shout out because Sean has been in contact with me. He sent me the energy drink, sent me a nice letter. I know recently he has written me again about the 50th thing of hip hop. So he is very informative, very a good guy. And you know, when people show you love like that, you gotta show love. And forgive me, Sean, because I've been had his energy drink. I've been had all of that. And every time I'm telling you for months, every time, same way it be things on my mind to discuss about different stuff. It was the same way for him. I'm like, I gave every different people shots out. Y'all know I do my birthday shout outs and all that. And I was like, I keep on forgetting about this man and he not forgetting about me. So I ain't forget about you tonight. I did not forget about you tonight. And next week, I'm going to make sure, guess what? I'm going to come right here, like a little commercial. I ain't going to say that, but I'm going to show y'all the drink because it was cute, very good packaging and everything else like that. So Sean, if you watching, I don't know, call in and let the people know about that and everything else. 443-642-9403. But he definitely was the business. And I definitely got to let y'all know what this energy drink was because I think he sent me one. Yeah, he sent me one. I think I had opened it. Well, I was going to open it. And then I was like, no, I want to wait till like I'm on the show. So it's over here. And my little collectible stuff somewhere. And I'm going to taste it. It was very low sugar and all that stuff that I was about. So it looked like or appears to be something healthy, an alternative measure to trying to drink a power drink. Because you know, a lot of that stuff be like really loaded with like stuff that's not good for you. Like it give you power or energy supposedly, but then you crash. And so it don't look like he has a lot of those ingredients in there, and sugar being one of them. So I'm like, I'm gonna try it and see how it is. I didn't open it because I wanted to come and show y'all it on the screen and everything else like that. So, but when I go over there and find it tonight, I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna pour it over some ice because I just need some energy, right? I'm gonna pour it over some ice, but I ain't gonna throw it away. I'm not gonna throw that can in the recycling bin. They ain't coming next week to Tuesday. Anyway, no, not next week. The week after. They just came this week. Yeah, we still on that 2 weeks. And I ain't gonna throw away the can so I can show y'all. But shout out to you, Mr. Felder.
They come every week on my street now.
They do.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Why they come Friday?
Who got the connections?
I haven't said anything to them, so it ain't me.
Well, I know that they supposed to been trying to work on, you know, fixing it, whatever, but it might be the person that they got on detail for that area. Because some of these stuff people be on their stuff. Like I know the one man that come around here on this Tuesday, like I had seen him one time, like he had came around like Monday, because he like, yeah, I'm around the corner. So if they already got the stuff out, when I finish or wrap up before I go in on Monday, I just come around and see if anybody already got it out. So I take it or whatever. So I was like, okay, you working. He's a little drunk. But I was all, okay, you working. Because it was a little, I'm like, who is this? On a Monday night down here on this can and doing all of this. And I was like, is this a recyclable? It is. So that was my story with that. But shout out to Sean. Sean, you gotta come back on here and talk to me and everything else like that. But I need you to sit back like that. He was anxious. He was sharing the information, but I really, really did enjoy him. I enjoyed all of my guests. I mean, he was one of the ones that was coming on when you was just being a guest. You wasn't even really given a segment of living it, but he definitely is living it. And it's good to see that, he doing other things. He went through that little spat with the United States Tennis Association or whatever. And then, he got something from it. It pushed him to want to go do something else. And he still do the security, but now he got the energy drink. You got to live for that. So shout out to him last week. No, not last week, because last week I wasn't here. But before, I had reported on Miss Little Krishan Rock. Miss Little Krishan Rock had her baby. So it looks like her and Blueface had coming back together, have had some type of reconciliation. And is sources saying that she's going to change her baby name now from Krishan Malone to him. She's going to make him another junior. I'm like, well, no, he actually would be the third, right? If he already got a son that's a junior, but I don't know. Pray for the young lady. Like I said, I'm not going to judge her because, baby, I've been a fool myself. I got 3 by debris. I just pray that she don't have none. It's really sad to see these 2 beautiful young ladies, her and Jaden Alexis, who is the other baby mother, going through what they going through. And also Jaden Alexis, she gets, oh my goodness, almost some of this backlash I see there, talking about her calling the story or whatever. But that man, he be playing them girls against each other. And in my opinion, they look alike. Krishan's a beautiful girl. She is. But I think Jaden is too. He definitely has a certain taste, because both of them is given puffy, high cheekbones, I'm telling you, put that picture side by side. They look like they can be related. So that's his type, and that's what he like. But they supposed to have some type of reconciliation. They came back together, and sources are saying that she's going to change the baby's name to his and make him another junior. I don't know if that's possible, but then again, I guess you can name your children what you want to name them, right? So that's what she's going to do. I don't know. I ain't in the girl business. I just wanted to bring it up because it was an update. I'm is because a lot of people was like, oh, they disappointed. But I know a lot of people was disappointed in me too when I kept on messing with my deadbeat and everything else like that. So, baby girl, I know what it be like. And that's good, that you're trying to have some type of, positive relationship or whatever with your children, father, whatever else like that. But, baby, don't have no more. I'm telling you, talk to somebody that's been through it with a narcissist and this type of personality, And then also for Blueface, he's a young guy. People give him a lot of criticism because they say a lot of the stuff played out on the show that they had, Crazy in Love and everything. And everybody's like, oh, he's a clown. He's treating him and everything else like that. But that baby done been through some trauma too. Not saying that, not making any excuse for how he's treating these young women and everything else like that, but he doesn't have a good relationship with his mom. I don't think he ever had like a positive, productive relationship with a female as of yet. Even though they having these children and everything else like that. So, he playing the field. He's still a young man, at the end of the day. And he just back and forth between little Miss Jaden and Miss Krishan, and they think it's cute and they living for it now. But I just pray that they don't waste 20 years of their life like I did and keep on having these babies. I thought the baby name was cute to be named after her. I would have kept it that way. But again, it's something that this boy got over. That Blue got over. And we just got to face it. Guys, I've seen so many people saying, well, the people on social media, I'm so disappointed with Rock. I ain't taking up for you no more and whatever. Girl, it done been like that. Or one of your girlfriends or somebody else. It done been like that. So don't be too hard on her. Don't be too hard on Eva. And leave Jane alone. What she did? She doing the same thing that Krishan doing. She been played by Blue. What she doing? I don't get it. Why everybody gets so against her. And then they be fussing and stuff. Krishan be starting with that girl. And she be starting with Krishan. They live for the toxicity. They do. So just let them be. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, y'all know is a vibe all the time. And I'm praying for a positive vibe for her. Yes, I am. And other news, look, I gotta get it all out right too. Gotta talk about a little bit of them stars, but business. Rihanna, beautiful Miss Rihanna. Yes, beautiful Rihanna and ASAP Rocky have had to have a baby. Is a baby girl, and they have named her Riot. Riot Rose. Y'all know I reported previously of her son. I was living for Rihanna now. That's always it's crazy as that sound. Riot. Riot. Oh, she's a riot. Riot. But I'm sure they're gonna be calling the little Ra. Ra. Hey Ra or whatever. But Riot Rose, I'm sure it had some meaning behind it. Yeah, like a Riot Rose. The Riot Rose. Her son, we reported on that before. His name was Reza. But I just love it. I just love it for her. I love it for her that she is having her children. I love it for her that she is happy. She is happy. And I name her children what she want to name her children. A lot of people was like, come on now, like they is really getting carried away. But don't do that because y'all was all for it and was saying it was cute when Beyonce named her baby Blue. And there's a lot of these celebrities now that they are really trying to be different. But this shit is different. Because I would have never thought about nothing like that. Riot. And I live for Rihanna, but that don't even sound cool. So yeah. They could have like switched it around and then explained it. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 year or something. 2 year. 2 year rules. And people were like, what's that? It's Riot backwards. I don't know. Just something. Something cuter than Riot, but Rihanna, I ain't talking about you, girl. I'm just giving you. It's in the news, and I'm giving you my views on it. You like
I love
it?
I do.
She gonna cut up.
It's kind of if you're not thinking about riot as in the word riot definition, as in out of control mob, then
Right.
That's because that's probably what you're thinking about. But if you think about Wyatt and then riot, I like it.
Oh, okay. But it's spelled riot like a riot.
I know it's spelled. I know I saw it. It's spelled like riot.
So I guess that's what gave me the thought. Like it wasn't like it was riot, like how
riot. In all the context too, you are a riot.
Yes, you are a riot, and you's gonna.
Yeah, and that's why I say if you take it, and then if you also look at it as if you're thinking about Wyatt and riot, it's beautiful.
I don't think so. I mean, you know, I live for Rihanna. And
I like the creativity of it.
It's creative. And y'all know she's a creative girl. I knew it was going to be something like out of this world.
Like when she goes older, is she going to be one to be called Riot Rose? Altogether.
Yeah, probably so. Because you know, a lot of them. Yeah, you know, probably so. Because you know, a lot of people do that.
Yeah,
like with their kids,
or you know, or joke, you know, what they use.
In my opinion, it's better when it's together. In my opinion, it's better. Yeah, in my opinion, it's better when it's together. Just like Blue, I like to say Blue Ivy.
Yeah,
like that just sounds better when it's together to me. So even though I'm not too fond of just Riot by itself, it's not the worst. But I definitely love how Riot Rose sounds.
It's something in it too that I think she saw some strength in it. Like it sounds strong to me.
Yeah, Riot Rose.
Even Riot, just Riot, it just sounds strong. Like it's strong and it has some meaning behind it. Like I would like for her to describe why she named her Riot. Because I'm thinking it has something to do with everything we've gone through.
Yeah.
In the past couple of years.
I'm sure with Rihanna, you know, I'm sure is a meaning behind it, just like how she gave the meaning, you know, for her son RZA. And she, you know, named him after RZA from the Rihanna. And she spelled it the same way too. I mean, RZA. It's just straight like that. RZA, it's straight like that. So yeah, it's cute. It's different. Riot Rose 448. Yeah, it's great. Rihanna, do your thing. Guess what? She ain't look.
What's 448? What's that?
No, I was just saying the letters. The name. my thinking be wishing name. It was just my OCD had me counting. 4, 4, and 8.
4, 4, and 8.
4 letters in Riot, 4 letters in Rose.
What's her last name? I'm trying to figure out where the 8 came from.
Just the 4 letters in Riot and the 4.
Oh, 4 and 4 is 8. Oh, I got it. Okay.
You know my thinking. Stay with me, Melanie. Stay with me. But Riot Rose is the baby girl's name. They also released a picture of her. Oh, she's so darling. I even said that too about Lil RZA, that handsome Lil Slime. And they gonna stop coming for my girl babies in their foreheads, because I got one of them too. I'm hiding. Yeah, I got one of them Rihanna foreheads, and her children definitely inherited that. But I love it. I like her and ASAP Rocky together. It just seems like so natural. And talking about something that seemed natural, one of the couples that I loved Tiana Taylor and Amon. Yes. They say they ready to go their separate ways. Yes. Another couple that I wasn't too fond of, not a real particular reason why, but y'all know, it was Jeezy and the girl from what's her name? I can't think of her right now, but from the top, right? Genio or something like that. They getting a divorce. Jeezy didn't file for the divorce.
Jeannie Mai.
Yeah, Jeannie Mai and Jeezy getting a divorce. I don't think they got nothing to do with infidelity. And then Tiana Taylor came out and said it wasn't infidelity reasons as well.
I'm not too sure on the Jeezy one, because that's not what she's saying. She's I don't know.
For real.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the Jeezy one. And I mean, they put a lot on the emphasis on it being about the baby. I mean, their child, but I'm not sure if it didn't have anything to do.
Upbringing, like they don't have the same.
No, because before she met Jeezy, she did not want to have children.
Oh.
And when that's the reason why she divorced her ex-husband, because he wanted children and she did not. When she got with Jeezy, it was kind of like real love, and then he wanted children, so she acquiesced to having one.
Right.
And then what I saw in the blogs, of course, that it was about how they wanted to raise that said child.
Oh, yeah, that's always rough.
And she said, because I saw in one of her one of her like little messages that she put out there, she felt like she was duped.
Oh.
Into having a baby.
Oh. Well, girl, I think
it was like, not that I don't love my baby with all my heart. It's just that this wasn't the path that she wanted to take. And she felt like she was duped into doing so. And now he wants to come up with all of these, and I'm guessing he wants to come up with all of these things on how he wants to have his child raised that doesn't match what hers is. Yeah,
because, she has a strong culture too. Coming from that way. They have a certain way they had to do stuff. And of course, I'm not sure what all his beliefs is, but just being a black man, in our culture, what I was at that. So it's a lot of differences. So I can imagine that it probably was challenging for them to come, because I know, like, her mother, I seen her talking on some stuff or whatever. Like, her mother just ain't want her to go do this, and had to go through this again.
He filed for divorce. It was him. He did. He did
it. He did it. Somebody said he started eating them cucumbers. Somebody said Jeezy want a piece of chicken. Maybe somebody need this dough Genio or a daggone air fryer. You can put it in there, girl, and season it and stuff like that. But the last couple of times I have seen them.
I would hate that to be the case, because the way she wants to have a healthy living, he couldn't live the way he wants.
But he look good.
He can get a piece of chicken anyway.
He's good. Since I seen him, I'm sure he can get what he wants, because Gina, she got her money, but he got his too.
Right.
Now, don't say that. So I'm sure that, I doubt, I'm joking when I say that or whatever. But I doubt that's the reason because
you get chicken at any hour of the day.
Yes, any day of the hour. I know he can get right the whole damn bird with the menstrual cycle, all the eggs that he won. But I'm like, yeah. So I'm sure that wasn't the case. And then, in my opinion, when I've seen him lately and he was and stuff, because he's kind of been in the background, not really like in there. But when I had seen him and stuff, he looked good. He looked nice. He looked toned. His skin looks clear. So you can
I
tell that
thought
it
they
was
were
a
kind of one of the couples that were going to make it. Like, I thought they were like
yo.
happy. They looked happy
I
when they got
really thought they
married.
was.
Right.
The
It's
same thing with Tiana Taylor and her
them
boo.
too. Yep, them too. Yep.
Yeah, like that relationship, especially when they had that show and I watched them, I'd be like, oh, they really get each other. Like,
Hmm.
they really get along like they were friends. So I was sad to see that. I know she's came out on different social media saying that, she's always made it her business to kind of not speak on her relationship, letting they say whatever they want to say. But what she had to nip in the bud is that it was about infidelity in their relationship and that it was like they weren't getting along. She's like, no, we still friends. We still had the ability to co-parent. So I don't know what it was, but it's been some other senses that saying that, yeah, he was cheating. They say their mom was cheating. The same thing that they just was trying to say about, who up in the news now? That daggone Remy Ma. They say Remy then cheated on Papoose with the daggone guy that be doing her battle rap shows or whatever. So I had watched that the other day too, and that was like hilarious. And earlier, that's what I was making a point, right? When I said that I had the show, and that even though I come on here and I talk people business, and I also will tell you mine, I just do not want to be that kind. Critique me as much as you want. But I do not want to be that host or that personality that get out of here when I blow all the way outright to be fucking hated by spewing lies and talking about people's stuff and talking about it in a classless fucking way. No, that's not me. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna give y'all the what's up and the what's up and the what to the what. But I'm going to do it respectfully because at the end of the day, I respect myself. Now I'm gonna talk my stuff. But I just don't see with some people, like I said, I'll be looking at some of these shows and these podcasts and I'll be like, what is they it's like not talking about nothing. And then I also see the ones that's just fucking messy. It's messy. That's what Tasha K got herself into. Just like spreading, just say anything, just to get views, just to get followers and everything. And I was tripping because I be looking at that and like Tasha K and this T.S. Madison, big baby. T.S. Madison is a damn key. Well, she ain't the key. Tasha K is really the key. I just be keying off of T.S. Madison going in on the girl. Yes, I do, baby. And when I tell you it's nothing off limits, you know how we was talking about that Cardi B and that Spice thing, when Spice was to bring up her child or whatever else is the case. I don't think she really said nothing about the child, but that your son don't love you. But she knew she was pushing a button. She did that. She knew what she was doing. But Miss T.S. Madison, baby, when I tell you, I was crying. Her talking, that ain't right. Talking about that girl, but she digging deep, like she said. Anybody that I once considered a friend, and you can get on this social media and talk this stuff about me and do all that, and everything goes. And when I tell you, T.S. Madison is not playing. Now, Sasha Gayton had her comebacks too, but it's like Chase Mann just reads her for filth and let her go off and stuff. But she just reads her for filth, and I'll be like, Sasha. Like it's so much potential because she's I didn't check out her shows. I really have tuned into a couple of her interviews, her content, different stuff or whatever she talk about. It's real. It is. It's real exciting, but it got to be. It got to be a daggone sense. I mean, I know you don't care about who like you or nothing like that, girl, but stop. Stop that shit. You already got sued. Spraying lies and everything else like that. They came here. So if that ain't humble you, I think that's what it is. It's the humbleness missing. So that's why I be praying like once I get there on that level, you know what I mean? And different people was hearing me. I hope that I can maintain that humbleness to know, I'm gonna talk my stuff. You come for me, I'm gonna talk to what I'm gonna say that. But I ain't trying to be in the business of spreading no lies about people or just put people on blast just because I want to get a laugh or get a like or get a follow and everything else like that. And that's a little bit of what the girl been doing. You know what I'm saying? She been doing, but y'all gotta check it out because I'm telling y'all, yes, man, be going in. I love her. And y'all that messed up my chances. Them girls, my girl Kaya's and stuff are reaching out to her and stuff like that because Miss Manson said she ain't playing. Guess what? The fish is not on her dish. It never was on her dish, but she ain't on. She ain't playing us like that because they done played in her face. They play in her face, baby. That just was a little mention. It be a lot of stuff going on the social media. Oh my goodness. And a lot of times, we say, where is all the stuff coming from? With these youth and these kids and everything. When we was young, we ain't had this stuff. These children know everything. They get to see everything. It's just right there. Even if you don't have your children or allow them to have devices or whatever else, some type of way, they gonna see it. They be sneaking it in. You can have them looking at a strictly show that's supposed to be for kids. And how many times we didn't do that? And then you hear something, you're like, what is they talking about on here? So yeah, just monitor with your kids and stuff like that. Watch. My little buddy, Fly Guy Job, my blooper, he's been having an attitude with me lately. I'm like, where you got this from? Oh no, what are you watching? Watching those Rolling TikToks about how people respond to the person. Baby, that ain't real life. Don't look at them and think that that's cool because I do not accept that. So just monitor and stuff with your kids is watching and all that other stuff. And watch your mouth before you get ready. If you got a show or if you got a podcast, yes, I encourage you to keep on doing what you got to do. But the business of people being checked about it is on the rise. People is not playing about them. And you got all that crazy stuff to say. People is coming, and they're coming. So don't come if you don't want them to come, because it's on the rise. So they are coming. So I just was tripping off of that. I actually was watching a little bit of a live she did. T.S. Madison before I then I went back to Tasha today and hear what she had to say and whatever. So they just basically going at it. It's sad. It's ridiculous at the same time, but it's funny. But it's just really unfortunate, there go my word for the show, on how we tend to run more, want to know more about the negative stuff that's going on. How many years we done seen that on social media? I done seen so many posts of that. Like, yeah, we pay attention to the negative stuff. It's true. You can post something so positive and say something so positive and everything. Oh, look at that. I'm laughing because T.S. Madison called her a raccoon. Say, this raccoon. And then what she called her kids? Compox. Say they send them down the second floor. I don't know. Y'all got to watch it. I ain't going to quote the lady or nothing like that. But Tasha K. What was that, Marty?
I was just laughing.
Oh, yeah. Baby, Tia said a whole dang on name. And maybe that's the look on her face right here on this picture. Because she said she ain't got no money because Cardi B going to get all of it. She said she ain't got no money. And to my understanding, little stuff that I've seen, I think her husband is like African of some sort. They say they can send the kids back. They trying to launder some. That's what they say. I don't know. That's what he got mad was saying. And maybe she was saying it jokingly or whatever, just coming for her. But at the same time, like I said, like I am, like far as like having a show and doing interviews or whatever else like that, I really cannot say that I did not like Tasha K's style. I did. But what I don't like is the lack of humbleness. Like, stop already. Like, leave people alone, girl. They didn't already came for your coin. And how many times we be at a job or we be going through something or whatever, and you be like, look, I ain't gonna pay that no mind because I'm not gonna let that mess up my money or mess up my check. I just wish that she led more or did more with that type of attitude. But honey be getting the interviews. She be getting the interviews and she be talking to the peoples and stuff like that and all that. But lately, you just keep on hearing this messy stuff. I don't want to be no messy hoes. I don't want to be known for that. I don't want to be known for getting sued or talking so much shit about people that like people look at me like, you ain't shit. Even Wendy Williams, I guess she was trying to be the new one, but Wendy's still in her way. Or how she did shit. Wendy used to have people coming for her too. She did, but I don't know. She just did it like, I don't know, classless. It's just, I don't know. And I don't want to be that person. You better live, but shout out to the fans of Tasha K. Shout out to the fans of T.S. Madison, because me bringing it up, y'all know what's going on because it has been out there, out there. Those were a couple of the what and the whats. One of the topic that I wanted to bring up, not even a topic, but just something that I wanted to discuss. I had said this too for several weeks, and it was definitely like, what in the world? Yes. It was a couple who lost their baby. They said their baby was decapitated. See, now when I read that, decapitated, while efforts were being put forth for the child to be birthed, right? So when I first seen this thing, like decapitated, when you hear decapitated, you thinking like straight hit off the. But no, what really happened is that following the autopsy, the baby had experienced excessive tension traction on the head and the neck, multiple skull and facial bone fractures, hemorrhaging on his neck and his brain around the spinal cord. So what they're saying is that in this doctor's effort to help this mother and this one deliver their baby, she used ridiculous excessive force. Yes, there's a young couple, the mother name being Jessica Ross and the father name being Travion Isaiah Taylor Sr. They are suing Southern Regional Medical Center and obstetrician Dr. Tracy St. Julian, who is no longer employed there, according to the information that I read, for ridiculous excessive force. They're saying that when they went in to have their baby on July the 9th, and unfortunately because of this, like I said, the baby did not survive. They were saying that they were hiding it, a lot of times because that happens too, and it's unfortunate. Look, I'm gonna run that. I'm telling you, that's my show, my word for the show. My word for the show, right? I might gotta start putting that up there. What's my see how many times I can use one word. But it does happen, and especially to Black women, when it comes to the health care and just the care and the consideration that we get a lot of times from that health field, Black people for period, but definitely Black women when it comes to having babies, more African American, more Black babies are lost during birth. And a lot of our medical concerns or issues a lot of times are overlooked because they're thinking that we're just being, I guess, overly dramatic, or our issues or our concerns are not looked into or accepted as that serious when we first go about it. I said all the time when I've had to go to the emergency room or I had to do follow-ups and stuff like that with my health, they be told, oh, yeah, well, we're going to do this. We're going to send a test. And I mean, no, I need it right down. You got to kind of demand stuff. But then I have someone next to me or in another little part that's not Black, and they can come like, oh yeah, my toe aching, and it's like the doctor and the staff, they trying to do every damn thing, the test and everything. I can come in here and tell them I threw up blood, and they looking at me like, oh, well, what did you eat? Shit like that. But yes, this young couple, they were not, even though this does happen, usually if that does happen, like where a child is born and does not survive the birthing process, they let you hold your baby or at least have some time with the baby. What they're saying is that was not allowed in this case. This couple believes that they actually were trying to hide it from them once they seen, the condition of the baby. I guess they began to think that they did something wrong. So that is what the couple is alleging. This happened on July the 9th. She went into labor, 10 a.m.? No. So, okay, let me see. Let me read my notes I got. So it was, what they were saying was the hospital is trying to allege that the unfortunate death occurred in the utero prior to delivery and decapitation. So they're saying that when the baby was inside, the baby had already passed away. But the family is saying that they passed away because the way that they had handled her whole birthing experience was not right. What the mother is saying is that, when she came in, her water broke 9:26 at 9:26 p.m. So she went into labor all the way in the morning. Her water broke. She was progressing properly, dilating and everything else like that. At around 9:26 at night. So this from the morning to the night, her going through the process from the dilate and everything. Around 9:26, they begin to tell her to push, continue to push. She's been pushing now since like 8 something. So by 10:36, she continued doing this. They got on telling her she can have this baby vaginally. And then from them reporting on the story, they said they was already asking. Like once they were notifying them that the heartbeat was becoming irregular and different things like that, they were already asking, can I get a C-section? Can I go for emergency C-section and everything? That was being denied. No, we can still got this. We got this and everything else like that. So that continued all the way up to 10:36 p.m. That's when the doctor decided, okay, we're going to have emergency C-section. By the time they got all prepped for that and took them in there to have the emergency C-section, at this time it's about 11:49. The baby was delivered at 12:11. But by the time 11:49, which is roughly, 12 minutes before the baby was officially delivered, they already wasn't getting no heartbeat. So it turned from an abnormal heartbeat around 8, 9-ish, where the family, even prior to that, was pleading for a C-section because they could hear the doctors informing them what's going on, abnormal heartbeat, everything else like that. Okay, what our options? Can we get a C-section? No, you're fine. Continue to push and everything else like that. They also said that it had got stuck. So y'all know about the shoulder dystocia, like I call it displacement, whatever. But a lot of times baby come, they try to maneuver it and they do kind of make you sign the paper now. Not do kind of, they do. That says that it has happened and they can't be held liable because sometimes, children's shoulders or whatever are damaged or broke, sprained or whatever, trying to help that baby navigate through that birth canal and actually come out into the world. So they was trying to make it seem like it just was that. Even though that is a big thing, nobody don't want their child's shoulder to be broke or sprained first coming out the womb or have any type of deformity or anything else like that. But the family saying that's not the case. It was something else going on. The baby was stopped. The hospital staff did not make the right call to continue to let her be going in this labor and not taking her in for a C-section. By the time they did all of that and decided that the baby already did not have a heartbeat before it came out. But what the family is saying is that it was a lot of work being done. So she had emergency C-section. I shared with y'all before that I had emergency C-section with my first son. So after that, the way that they cut me, I was still actually able to have, they call it, I think it's a C-back, a V-back, a C or a V. I got to ask the doctor the next time, like, was you saying C or was you saying V? But that's when you're able to have children vaginally after having a C-section. A lot of people cannot. So, yeah, the family saying they was already working on her. They was using the suction. They was doing all that maneuvering. I mean, she was pushing. The baby was coming out, but the baby got stuck. So they had to do an emergency C-section. And by the time they pulled this baby out, at 12:11 a.m. on 7/10, this started on 7/9, this baby was deceased. So the family wasn't just going to let it go. Like I said, the baby was deceased. They didn't allow the mother, to hold the baby, spend time with the baby, the father, no nothing. They just kind of like took it away. And the family is saying that they tried to talk them out of getting an autopsy, like trying to put it on, that this happens. Like this is something that happens, which it does. But they're saying that's not the case. And they are suing these people. And I definitely hope that they get justice because that is sad. That is sad. That is sad. That's sad. And this was their first son. He was going to be a junior. That's just sad. My heart really went out to them when I read that story. I was like, that's just the worst. And I think that was in Georgia. I was like, but that's just the worst. It's already a mess when you hear about people having kids be stillborn or, different stuff like that. Or when they have and children die from SIDS and stuff like that. But I was one of them people that every time I went to labor in the morning, I ain't had my children to the next morning. I'm talking about the wee hours in the morning. Every time. So it's just a process in itself, going through all that and all that pain. And then you go through all that and you just waiting to meet your baby. And your baby does not make it through that process. So my heart goes out to them. Pray for them, y'all, because that is a lot. That is a lot. Another one, you know what? PG County, guys. PG County. I don't think I talked about this before. I told y'all I had stuff written down to talk about it, but in Prince George's County, police officer is suspended. Yes, I'm y'all seeing it. They've been showing the video. The video went viral, child. They put the video on there. But police officer, Mr. Francisco Marlette. Yes, the video went viral with him kissing a female before entering the back of his police cruiser. Yes, Mr. Marlette, officer Marlette, should I say, pulls up to this location. It's like a parking lot that is around like a field, a playground, because in the video you can hear the kids playing and everything else like that. So the man that recorded it and actually posted the one that went viral, posted it on his family member Facebook. It was Facebook, a TikTok. It was one of them. He said this was a little strange to him. He had, of course, seen a police officer hanging around, which is not uncommon when you are, at a park or something like that. He said, but he just was walking around. He just was looking suspicious. Not looking for suspicious activity, but the police officer was looking suspicious himself. So he kind of waited until he seen this young girl pulling up. Well, I don't know how young she was, but they say that she does appear to look younger from the video. She does look a little younger, but she can, it looked like it was a black girl. So black don't crack. So you can't call a sister age. But baby, they was out there. Officer Millette was getting his feels on. They kissed a little bit. You can hear children playing in the background, people laughing and all that. And guess what? They got in the back of the police cruiser. It was in the back for like 40 minutes. Black tinted window. And he ain't had like a little police car. He had like an SUV type of car. So ain't no telling. But they was back there for a while. I don't know what she did, but she came to meet Officer Marlette to do what they were going to do while they was doing it. Yes. That's what happened. It was out in Oxon Hill, y'all, in Carson Park. And the guy that I just now mentioned, I recorded, his name was Nelson O. We didn't want to put his last name out there, fear of retaliation. But he was out there with his family, he said. He was out there playing soccer. It was going to be a game or something that day. He seen him walking around looking suspicious with a young girl. He believes she's to be in her early 20s. I do too. When I seen the video, like, she look young, but like I said, black don't crack. And they just was out there talking. They got the hug and he kissed them. They got in the back of that car and did what they do. And because of this and this video going viral, he was suspended. Yeah, they said that this is not appropriate conduct while you are on duty, sir. No, not at all. So then, of course, when somebody do something, they gotta go back on their record, but they ain't go back all in there real deep. Because like I say, the powers to be, you always know. Well, I get a kind of little hint if what their nationality gonna be on the way that they report it. I'm telling you, when it's them, baby, they whitewash it. They whitewash it. They whitewash it. Just like you moving into a slum or a broke down house, they're gonna whitewash them walls, make it all white. When you go in there, everything gonna be bright, everything gonna be pretty. So even when it's the craziest stuff, they're gonna make it look pretty. So I was surprised that they looked a little bit into your system because they just usually don't do that. They usually make excuses for them. But he has a little history of having like some misconduct now. Back in 2015, he was suspended without pay. Back in 2016, he was indicted by a grand jury for child abuse. Yes. He was going with another lady, spanked her 3-year-old son. And supposedly, when he hit him, the little boy hit his head on the wall and fell unconscious. And the mother came in the room. And when she came in the room, she seen this. She seen him doing CPR. And she called the police, got locked up. And I think they broke away or whatever. And yeah, he just might got some anger issues or something like that. And then he was trying to get a little bit comfort or whatever, but he should know better. See, sometimes, people get away with doing so much stuff, just like I was talking about these youth here and this violence, right? That they can't help themselves. Some people get away with it for so long and be doing shit and they get away with it. So they be like, I'm good. I'm a good, they be on the rise. You hear me? Well, that's all the stuff that I'm going to talk about. Y'all know when I come back next week, I'm going to have a whole bunch to talk about. A whole bunch, as I always do, because that's why I got to talk a bunch. Because y'all be coming on here with me. But whatever, before I get out of here, but make sure y'all do next week. Y'all better start calling and doing this stuff and everything else like that. I didn't get the report and tell y'all about me getting to go to the 50 Cent and the Busta Rhymes concert. Oh my goodness, I felt good. It was a good, I'm telling you, I enjoyed myself. I was like, this is the music I know. I was down there vibing. I really, really enjoyed myself. And 50 Cent and Busta Rhymes, they did their thing. Go to my pages. I put up a couple of reels, a couple of the footage I got. But I'm one of them people who be like, I ain't one of them people that I be trying to enjoy a show. I get some snippets of it, but I ain't one of them people gonna have my phone in my hand all night trying to record it. Like, no, I can't enjoy it like that. Looking through the phone, like when I'm right here. No, come. But it was a wonderful experience. Shout out to my best friend, my BFF, Ma, for coming through, getting the girl, like really calling me, like, yo, I got tickets. Let's go. He ain't called me the day of, but that's basically how he presented it to me. I'm like, I ain't got no money there. He's like, did I ask you that? And we was up in there. I really enjoyed myself. So I'm going to be back next week. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit more about that. And then also before I go, I got to get the birthday shout outs for the Virgos. Who just now left? Who did that? Who birthday? It was on the top of my tongue. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Fern Brandy just had a birthday. It's a lot of y'all Virgos. Y'all too deep. I can't think about it next time, but right now, because I'm thinking about let me get off of here, right? Because I don't want money to me out. But I'll be sure to get a shout out next week. Virgo, y'all okay, but come on, y'all better enjoy it because y'all time almost up. Because y'all know who coming through next on the flex. It's them Libras. Then it's going to be them daggone Scorpios. Then it's going to be them daggone Sagittarius. Is it going like that? Was it the same? No. I don't know, but all of them good people. I always say, guess what? The Virgos, the Leos, the Scorpio, that O at the end, watch out. And that's how I'm going to end it on that note. God loves you. God bless you. We know what it is and we know what it gives. It's more to life than dying. So, yeah, you better live. Come back with me next week, y'all. You better live. And I'm gone out of here. Hey.